There is a paradox that humanity has debated for thousands of years. Why do men crave sex, while women seek love? Is this a natural law, or merely a product of society? Is there a way to overcome these differences and find true happiness in love? If you have ever struggled with these questions, if you have ever felt powerless in relationships that seem impossible to understand, you are not alone, and you've come to the right place. Welcome to Practical Philosophy, where we uncover the invisible forces that shape human psychology and life itself. We don't bring you romanticized love stories, nor do we offer shallow advice. Here, we delve deep into the true nature of love, unravel the uncomfortable truths that few dare to face, and expose the paradoxes that secretly govern every relationship. Are men truly driven only by desire? Are women unknowingly losing themselves in love? And most importantly, how can we love the right way, not only to keep love but also to keep ourselves? Love, one of humanity's greatest wonders, yet also the source of its deepest suffering. But why? Is love inherently an unbalanced game between the sexes? Men are driven by the urge to conquer, while women yearn for deep emotional connection. But is this an innate biological truth, or just a construct of society? And more importantly, if we understand this, can we break free from the cycle of pain in love? The answer is far from simple, but if you stay until the end of this video, you may never see love the same way again. Get ready to embark on a journey to uncover the truths that few dare to speak. Let's dive into the first chapter and decode this paradox together. Start now. Part 1. Decoding the mystery. Why do men crave sex while women seek love? If there is one force that controls humanity more than anything else, yet is rarely acknowledged, it is instinct. We pride ourselves on intelligence, on the magnificent civilization we have built, yet few dare to confront this uncomfortable truth. Beneath the sophisticated facade of rationality, humans are still guided by primal impulses. Just as our ancestors were millions of years ago, instinct does not disappear, it merely changes its form. Those who fail to understand it become its slaves. Those who master it can use it as a tool. From the dawn of time, the fundamental driving forces behind human actions can be reduced to two primary factors: survival and reproduction. Sex and love are simply two different expressions of this same evolutionary principle. Men are biologically inclined towards sex because the survival of the species required them to spread their genes as widely as possible. Women are biologically inclined toward love because they must invest more in nurturing their offspring, requiring emotional bonds to ensure the survival of their children. This is not a mere philosophical concept or a social construct. It is a biological law deeply engraved in human DNA. But does this mean that men only care about sex, and that women only live to seek love? Not necessarily. The reality is far more complex. The real issue is not instinct itself, but how instinct manifests in today's contradictory society. In modern times, men no longer need to fight for survival, but their instinct to conquer remains, expressing itself through sexual desire, the pursuit of power, or the drive for success. Women are no longer limited to reproduction and child rearing, but their need for emotional connection remains, manifesting through their desire to be loved, their search for security, or their efforts to control relationships. Men don't just need sex, they need validation. Women don't just need love, they need reassurance of their worth. But here lies a paradox. What each gender seeks is often what they fail to truly understand. Men pursue sex, yet do not realize that sex alone does not create real connection. Women pursue love, yet do not understand that love alone does not guarantee stability. This misconception fuels a cycle of disappointment and suffering. Why are men so strongly drawn to sex? The answer is not as simple as labeling them shallow creatures driven by lust. For men, sex is not just about pleasure, it is about power, success, and masculine identity. In both human society and the animal kingdom, a male who can attract multiple partners is often seen as a winner in the evolutionary game. Men have been biologically programmed to pursue this because, from a survival standpoint, it equates to success. However, here's the problem. This instinct was designed for the hunter-gatherer era. Yet it still persists in a world that has changed entirely. Today, a man may have dozens, even hundreds of romantic conquests, But does that truly bring him happiness? Here's the paradox. The more men indulge in sex, the emptier they feel. The more they chase desire, the harder it becomes to find real connection. Sex may provide momentary pleasure, but it does not fill the void of loneliness. A man may conquer many women, but if he does not understand the essence of connection, he will forever be a wanderer on a journey with no destination. So, do men really need sex? The truth is, men don't need sex, they need a greater meaning that they mistakenly believe sex can provide. A man only truly matures when he realizes that sex is not the destination, but merely a small part of the journey toward deeper fulfillment. Why do women seek love more than sex? In contrast, women do not simply seek sex, they seek a connection that makes them feel safe, valued, and meaningful. Women are creatures of emotional bonding. This is not just a psychological trait but a biological necessity. When pregnant, a woman faces immense risks. In primitive times, without a man's protection, both she and her child could perish. This is why the female psyche evolved to prioritize stable, long-term relationships. A man can father hundreds of children in his lifetime, but for women, each child is a commitment spanning decades. This forces them to be highly selective when choosing a partner. Here's the issue. Women mistakenly believe that love can transform lust. They think that if they give enough, a man will appreciate them. They assume that self-sacrifice is the key to making a man stay. But this is their biggest mistake. The truth is, men do not value what comes too easily. Love does not automatically turn a man into someone capable of love. Excessive sacrifice does not create a deeper bond. It only makes women disappear into the shadows of the relationship. If a woman wants true love, she must first understand, loving more does not guarantee being loved in return. Sacrificing everything does not ensure appreciation. A woman who understands her own worth does not need to chase love, because love will naturally find her. Conclusion. Breaking free from the cycle of misunderstanding. Ultimately, men do not just need sex, they need a deeper meaning. Women do not just need love, they need genuine appreciation. By understanding this, we can escape the cycle of blindly chasing relationships and instead cultivate authentic connections. But understanding alone is not enough. Does knowing something mean we will do it correctly? Absolutely not. So how do we sustain love without turning it into a burden? How do we love the right way, without losing ourselves in the process? In the next part, we will uncover the secrets of building long-lasting, fulfilling relationships. Stay tuned, because you might just find the answers you've been searching for. Continue with Part 2, Keeping the Flame Alive. Understanding Love the Right Way. Part 2. Keeping the Flame Alive. Understanding Love the Right Way. If there is one thing in life that is the hardest to grasp, it is love. People assume that love is simple, just love sincerely, and that should be enough. But in reality, love is the most complex thing of all, because it is not just about emotions, but a combination of understanding, experience, and deep self-awareness. We crave love and affection, yet we fail to understand the laws by which love operates. Those who do not understand love will inevitably lose it. Those who cling to love without knowing how to nurture it will eventually face heartbreak. Love is not a mathematical equation of giving and receiving. It is an art of understanding and emotional maturity. So, how do we keep love burning without turning it into a cage? How do we ensure love is not just a fleeting passion, but a deep and enduring bond that lasts through the years? The answer lies here. Love is not just passion. People often fall into love with a passionate heart, believing strong emotions are a sign of true love. But no one tells them, emotions are the most fragile things in the world. Even the most intense passion will eventually cool down. Many confuse love with excitement, the thrill of pursuit, or the joy of being desired. But what happens when the novelty fades? When conversations become repetitive, when the person they once adored no longer surprises them, they begin to doubt, is this still love? Or was it just an illusion I created for myself? The truth is, if a relationship is built only on passion, it will collapse the moment passion fades. Love is not a fleeting high, but a long-term companionship. It is not a wildfire that burns brightly and then dies, but a steady ember, warm enough to last through time. So, What makes love truly last? Not passion, but deep understanding and appreciation. A man may be captivated by a woman's beauty, but if he cannot understand her soul, that love will never be deep. A woman may be drawn to a man's charm, but if she cannot feel his sincerity, that love will eventually fade. True love begins when two people can understand each other without words. When they can be together without needing to impress one another. The ancient story of love and trust, Eros and Psyche. Since ancient times, love stories have not only romanticized love but also warned us about its harsh realities. One of the most famous stories is the tale of Eros and Psyche, a legend of love, trust, and the mistakes humans often make in relationships. Psyche was a princess of extraordinary beauty, so breathtaking that people worshipped her like a goddess, causing the goddess of beauty, Aphrodite, to grow jealous. As punishment, Aphrodite ordered her son, Eros, the god of love, to shoot Psyche with an arrow and make her fall in love with the most hideous man on earth. But ironically, Eros himself fell deeply in love with her. He took Psyche to a magnificent palace, but under one condition: she was never allowed to see his face. Every night, Eros would come to her in the dark, offering her his deepest love. But as time passed, Psyche grew restless. Was her mysterious lover a monster? Or was he a god? One night, unable to resist her curiosity, she lit a lamp to see his face. At that moment, a drop of hot oil fell, waking Eros. Feeling betrayed, he left her. Devastated, Psyche searched for Eros across the world, facing countless trials, even descending into the underworld, to prove her love. In the end, her devotion moved the gods, and Zeus granted her immortality so she could be with Eros forever. This story holds powerful lessons. Love cannot exist without trust. If we allow fear and doubt to take over, love will fall apart. Only those who have truly matured can love the right way. Psyche made a mistake, but her painful journey to reclaim love was what helped her grow. Similarly, in real life, love is not just about happiness. It is about overcoming challenges and learning how to love deeply. Men must learn to love. Women must learn to be loved. Men must understand. Possessing a woman does not mean having love. If he treats love like a conquest, he will lose it. Women must understand. Sacrificing everything does not mean being loved. If she loses herself in love, she will no longer be valued. There is a great paradox in love. If you chase someone too much, they will leave. If you ignore someone too much, they will also leave. So how do we love the right way? The answer is simple. Love like the moon, distant enough to remain mysterious, close enough to provide warmth. Always be yourself in love. If you have to change who you are to please someone, that is not love, it is self-betrayal. Do not try to control others. Someone who truly loves you will stay because they want to, not because you force them to. Cherish every moment together, but don't turn love into an obligation. Love is not a power struggle, it is a journey of growth together. Conclusion. Keeping love alive is about keeping yourself. Keeping love alive is not about keeping another person. It is about preserving your own value within love. Love is not a chase, nor is it a fleeting illusion. It is the companionship of two souls who genuinely cherish each other. Only when you truly understand love, can you love the right way. And only when you love the right way, can love truly last. Love, in essence, is not a destination, it is a journey. Some people walk with us forever, while others are only meant to accompany us for a short while. But the real tragedy is that many people do not know when to hold on and when to let go. If keeping love alive is an art, knowing when to let go is a wisdom. In the next part, we will uncover: why do people fear letting go? When should we fight for love? And when should we walk away? And how can we end a relationship without carrying emotional scars? This might be one of the most important lessons in love you will ever learn. And don't forget, if you find these insights valuable, subscribe to Practical Philosophy to explore more profound perspectives on life, philosophy, and human psychology. Continue with Part 3, The Art of Letting Go in Love. Part 3. The Art of Letting Go in Love. Love, by its very nature, comes with a sense of possession. When we love, we don't just want to be with someone, we want to keep them close, to hold on to them. But here's the paradox: the tighter we hold on, the faster love slips away. If love were like water, clenching too tightly would make it escape through our fingers. If love were the wind, trying to capture it would only make it stop blowing. So why do people fear letting go? Because at its core, we're not just afraid of losing the other person, we're afraid of losing ourselves. We fear that without them, we will have no one to care for us. We fear that if we let them go, we will never find another love like this. We fear that everything we've invested in this relationship, time, emotions, memories, will become meaningless. But here's a truth that few dare to face. Love is not possession. A relationship does not fail because we let go. It was never truly ours to begin with. So how do we know when to hold on and when to let go? The answer lies in distinguishing between a love that is being tested and a love that has long since died. When to hold on, when to let go. Hold on when there is still mutual respect. The difficulties are temporary challenges, not permanent cracks. Both partners still want to build a future together. Love brings more happiness than suffering. Let go when you're together, but your hearts have grown cold. Love has turned into exhaustion and prolonged wounds. One person is constantly sacrificing without being appreciated. Your partner has already left in their mind, even if their body remains. There are people we love deeply, but they will never belong to us. There are things we fight for endlessly, but they will never change. Letting go is not failure, it is liberation. Yet, many still cling to relationships that have long died. Why? Because they don't want to accept loss. Why do people struggle to let go of relationships, even when they no longer have meaning? Because the human brain overvalues what has been lost. The ownership bias. Once we have something, we assign it more value than it actually holds. Someone might feel unbearable pain over losing a lover, even if the relationship was filled with suffering. The sunk cost fallacy. People hold on to something just because they have invested too much in it, regardless of whether it still holds value. Someone might endure a toxic relationship simply because they have loved that person for too long, sacrificed too much, or shared too many memories. Fear of emptiness. People would rather stay in a painful love than face solitude. They fear the void of being alone, afraid that they may never love again. But here's the truth. The cost of clinging to the wrong love is far greater than the pain of letting it go. Shang Yu. The tragedy of a man who couldn't let go. Chinese history tells a heartbreaking story about Shang Yu, the once mighty warlord of the Chu Han contention. Shang Yu defeated the Qin dynasty and shook the empire with his victories. But in the end, he suffered a crushing defeat, not because he lacked power, but because he could not let go. When pursued by Liu Bang's army, Shang Yu had the chance to escape and rebuild his forces. But he refused to leave behind his beloved consort Yu. He refused to accept that he had lost. And so, instead of retreating, he fought until his last breath and lost everything. What is the lesson here? Not knowing when to let go does not make you stronger, it makes you a prisoner of your own past. The art of letting go. How to walk away in peace. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean denying the love that once existed. Letting go means accepting that not everyone we love will walk with us to the end of the road. To let go, first face the truth. Look at your love honestly. Is it still worth holding on to? Don't let the fear of loss cloud your judgment. Understand that love is not control. If someone wants to leave, let them go. True love must be chosen, not forced. Recognize that you don't need someone else to complete you. Love is not the only thing that defines your worth. Be grateful for the past, but don't let it trap your present. Cherish what was, but don't live in memories. Once you truly understand this, you will realize, letting go is not losing, it is opening a door to a better life. Nothing lasts forever, not even love. Many believe that love is eternal, but nothing in life is permanent, only change is constant. Some love is worth keeping, but some love must be let go. We have talked about letting go, but there is a bigger question to ask. Is love even worth pursuing? If love can bring both the greatest happiness and the deepest suffering, then what is real love? Have we misunderstood love from the very beginning? One thing is certain. Love is a grand paradox. The more you chase it, the more it escapes, the more you hold on, the more it slips away. In the next part, we will uncover the hidden paradoxes of love that few recognize. And perhaps, once you understand this, you will never love blindly again. Hold on when love makes you a better person. Let go when love only brings you suffering. Ultimately, the most valuable thing is not keeping someone, but keeping the peace within your own heart. So, love like the wind, free, yet profound. Hold on like the water, gentle, yet unwavering. Let go like the sunlight, warm, yet decisive. Because when your heart is truly at peace, love will naturally be fulfilled. Part 4. Love, the greatest paradox of humanity. Humans are the only species on Earth that love not just out of instinct but with consciousness. Deep emotions, and beautiful illusions. We do not simply seek partners for reproduction, we long for deeper connections. Something beyond sex, beyond pure biological needs. But because of this, love itself becomes a paradox, something that can bring immeasurable happiness yet also drown people in the depths of suffering. First paradox. We love to find happiness, yet love is the source of pain. Look at the greatest love stories in history, from Romeo and Juliet to real-life tragedies. How many hearts have been shattered by love? How many people have suffered deeply because of a fleeting promise or a single glance? If love is the most beautiful experience humans can have, why is it also the leading cause of emotional suffering? The answer lies in this truth. People don't just love someone, they love the way they see themselves in that love. We love not just because of the other person, but because of how they make us feel about ourselves. We don't just seek a person, we seek a mirror that reflects our worth. This is why the deeper the love, the greater the pain when it is lost. Because when we lose love, we don't just lose someone, we lose the image of ourselves that existed in their eyes. This is why so many people remain trapped in toxic relationships, not because they still love their partner, but because they fear facing the emptiness within themselves. But here's a truth few dare to face. No one can complete you except yourself. Love is not the fusion of two souls into one, it is two independent souls, complete on their own, who choose to walk together. Second paradox. The more we chase love, the more it runs away. There is a fascinating psychological phenomenon that few people realize. The more desperately someone seeks love, the harder it is for them to find it. Those who try too hard to be loved often become an emotional burden to others. Those who make love the center of their lives tend to be easily manipulated, easily hurt, and lose their natural attractiveness. On the other hand, those who are not obsessed with finding love often have the strongest magnetism. Why? Because true attraction does not come from chasing someone, it comes from confidence. From being happy even without love. Look at the most charismatic figures in history, they were not the ones begging for love, but the ones who made others want to pursue them. When you are happy with yourself, you become a natural magnet. When you cling to someone, you only push them further away. So, don't chase love, pursue self-fulfillment. When you are complete within yourself, love will come naturally. Third paradox. Love is freedom, yet also a chain. We love to find freedom, the freedom to be ourselves, to express who we truly are with another person. Yet love is also the strongest chain that binds us. We crave love because it makes us feel alive and weightless. But once we have it, we fear losing it. We want love without constraints. Yet we also expect our partner to belong to us forever. This is a great paradox of human nature. We want commitment, yet we fear being trapped. This is why many relationships fall into deadlock. The more one person tries to control, the more the other wants to escape. The more one person desires freedom, the more the other clings to them. How do we resolve this paradox? The answer is simple. Let love be voluntary. If someone truly loves you, they will stay, without you needing to hold them back. If someone wants to leave, no matter how many ways you try to keep them, you will only be holding onto their shadow. True love is not about control. It is about trust, the ability to love without possessing, to let someone fly freely without fearing they won't return. Final paradox. All love ends. But that's not a bad thing. No love lasts forever. Even the most beautiful relationships change over time. Some end in breakups. Some do not end, but transform into routine. Some fade into companionship rather than passion. But this does not mean love is meaningless. Because the value of love is not in how long it lasts, but in what it leaves behind. A love that lasts only months can change the way we see the world forever. A relationship may end, but the lessons from it stay with us for a lifetime. Love is not a promise of eternity, it is a moment of profound connection between two souls. So, don't mourn love that has passed, be grateful that it ever existed. Conclusion. Love, understanding it to grow. Love is a paradox, but that's what makes it beautiful. Don't search for love, search for yourself. When you are complete, love will come, not a destination, it is a journey. And that journey is worth it. We don't try to hold on to someone, let them stay by choice. When someone wants to stay, you won't need to hold them back. Don't grieve over love that ended, cherish what it taught you. In the end, love is there, it lasts forever or only for a moment. So, love wisely, love with understanding, love as a free soul. Because the most beautiful love is not the one that lasts the longest, but the one that helps us become a better version of ourselves. Love is not easy, but if you understand it correctly, you will no longer be controlled by it. You will know how to love without losing yourself, how to hold without suffocating, how to let go without pain. And most importantly, you will stop searching for love externally and start building it within yourself. Remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to explore deeper into psychology, philosophy, and the mysteries of human nature, subscribe to Practical Philosophy. We are here to help you see the world through a sharper lens, not just in love, but in all aspects of life. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced these paradoxes? What lessons have you learned? We look forward to hearing from you. Subscribe now so you won't miss the next video. See you soon.